Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today is actually not a show video. I've been doing loads and loads of show videos lately, but it's not one of those. We are going training with my coach Dianne Breeze and we are practicing for the into one. So I thought this would be a really good video to do because it's like the first jump up since we moved up to Pre-St. George. So you can see the kind of things that we've been practicing. Also, I am going to do a voiceover and let you know what Dianne has been telling me to improve my into one. So yeah, anyway, you come along with us and I'll do a voiceover. So this is the first time I have ever ridden all the way through the into one. I've basically practiced like little bits of it, but not really gone all the way through it. So I'm going all the way through it with my trainer Dianne, and basically what we did was she said, let's just I'd already warmed him up at this point, and she was like, let's just have a run through from beginning to end, and then we'll see what we need to work on. So before you all come at me, which I know so many people like to do, just bearing in mind, I had no idea how to ride this test because I, in my former life, was not a dressage rider. So this is the first time I have ridden this test as well. Anyway, let's crack on. So the extended trot is the first movement, which we can do because we've done those a million times. In the into one, you ride the shoulder in on the centre line. My mistake here was I was basically doing a leg yield on the centre line. I've got too much angle, and you can see me trying to get rid of that angle, but I didn't. So he's doing more like a leg yield. Then it was an 8-meter circle, which I did like a 9-meter circle because I've said this before, I'm basically turning a bus. So yeah, that's really difficult. I was happy with this half pass though. This felt nice crossover. Then you come to do a halt and a rein back, which he did super. I was happy with this. It's good to know my advanced level dressage horse knows how to stand. So yeah, nice rein back in diagonal pairs. Was happy with this bit. And then this test is a bit funny. You have to then do what you just did but backwards. So you half pass back to the centre line. Then you do your 8-meter circle. And then you do your shoulder in again. His left rein is a million times better than the right one, so he did a lovely half pass to the left. There was nice bend around my circle, but again, way too big. Guys, one of these days I'm going to learn how to turn a circle. Now, this shouldering was loads better. I know it looks like it's on 4 tracks, but I think it's angle the camera is at, but Dianne was a lot happier with this one. Here's where I nearly go out the school because I didn't realise you got to turn right. Also, I did not have a caller for this. I just read it really quickly, and then I was like, okay, let's just have a go. So hence me nearly leaving the school. Really happy with this extended trot, so happy with that. These have come on so much. Go straight into the walk. A little bit on the forehand, kind of stopped and then carried on, but that's fine. Then you turn across the middle. Now, praise be, this test does not have walk pirouettes in it. Now, raise your hand if you have no idea how to ride a walk pirouette. I'm raising my hand right now because every time I think I know how to ride them, I get marked out for them. So sometimes I get 7s. I've had 8s. I've had 4s. Every single judge marks my walk pirouettes differently, and it's not just me. I've spoke to so many people and they're like, yeah, nobody truly knows what's a good walk pirouette. So anyway, this test doesn't have them. So is the into one easier than the PSG? Well, at least it doesn't have walk pirouettes in it. Pick up the reins, come straight into a canter. Oops, look at those quarters falling in. That was a bit naughty. We did actually do a little bit of work on keeping the quarters in. Okay, the zigzag. I'm doing it way too far. So I'm going way past the quarter line. So you're only meant to actually go to the quarter line, and I'm going way past the quarter line, making it a bagillion times harder for myself on my mountain of a horse. But I got round it. I did feel like I needed Heathrow runway to do that zigzag, so we work on that later. Big gallop, which we're good at, so that's a nice little easy part of the test. I'm like, oh, that's nice after just doing that stupid zigzag. Carrying on, we are coming into the 3s, and can I just say how good these 3s were? I'm so proud of him. Remember that this horse didn't know how to do a flying change? Look at these bad boys. I mean, look at them, they're straight, they're uphill, if I don't say so myself. Yeah, they're good. I give those a 10, a 10.5 if it was on the list, but you know, it's not, but they would have got a 10.5, totally. Anyway, the worst part of the test, I hate canter pirouettes. I think they're the devil. They're so hard to ride when you're on a big horse. So you can see I tried to collect him there and nearly fell over. I then basically do a working canter pirouette because it's the size of a planet. And I'm like trying to slow him down because a canter pirouette is actually meant to be in collection. So he's almost cantering on the spot. I am not cantering on the spot, and I'm doing my planet-sized pirouettes. Meant to be a dinner plate. Maybe the dinner plate for a giant, but I'm basically doing a circle with my quarters in. But you'll see later, we make those so much better, and you are gonna see a huge difference in those. Like you're gonna look at those and be like, wow, Zara, you did this so much better. So now we are coming into the twos. I nearly nailed the twos. I made a little mistake because I thought he did a 3. Here, and then I was like, oh no, he's done a 3, but he didn't, and then I got like with my legs, and then I missed my counting, because believe it or not, counting to 2 is actually harder than counting to 3. So, and then you got to do 7 of those, not 5, and I've always done the 5 changes in the PSG, but I'm going to shut up now because that's not helpful. Another extended trot. This one, he was like my hocks got left behind a little bit, so he ended up rushing and not sitting as much. And then it's a nice change. You trot down the centre line, which I haven't done for a while. So I don't know why I'm not quite on the centre line. I felt like I was in the test. Maybe A is not right, or maybe I'm not right. Who knows? I'm gonna say A is not right because you know. Anyway, so first part I was super pleased with that. Okay, we've got stuff to work on, and I will show you right now. So, as I said earlier in the test, one of the biggest things for me is the canter pirouettes. Trying to make them not the size of the earth, and trying to make them more collected. So, what do you do to get that? First of all, you've got to work on the collected canter, which is exactly what we are working on right now. So, collecting him enough so that he doesn't walk, and then if he does walk, just correcting him for it, because I sometimes get nervous about collecting him too much, because I think if I collect him too much, he's going to break into the walk. So Dianne was like, no, you've got to let him almost break into the walk and then push him out of it. But as you can see here, he's actually collecting really well. Now look how much slower this canter was. See, he's literally cantering on the spot. So if we did a pirouette from that, he would do a pirouette on the spot. So this is what we was practicing, doing the collected canter in the position where the pirouette is, and then don't do a pirouette and then canter out of it. So we do it now on the right rein, and I was actually even happier with this. So she's getting me to sit back, look up, really get his hind legs sitting underneath him. Now look how much more collections here than there was before. So his hind legs actually bending, his hocks bending, he's sat really well. So now I'm going to have a little go at it with the pirouettes, and okay, you'll see they're still not perfect. He kind of does half a pirouette, steps out, half a pirouette again, and you'll see what I mean in a minute, but so much better. So straight away I'm going for my collection. I'm like, come on Zara, sit on your bum. So the way Dianne explained it was tiny little steps, canter on the spot, tiny steps. And now I'm asking for the pirouette. Now look at the difference there. Okay, he steps out of it, but I do get him back into it. So even though it was still too big, because obviously I like stepped out and stepped back into it, it's got the grounds for a much pirouette. And then I do the same line, so I do it as it is in the test. See how much more collection I'm getting here? Loads more collection. And then I can ask him for the pirouette. Kind of same thing happened. I kind of do half a pirouette and he steps out and then half again. But because he's used to doing the pre St George, obviously we only do half a pirouette. But I was so happy with those. I mean, the difference from those to the ones in my test is like huge. I don't know why I'm changing my legs so much over here. I think I got floppy because I was so proud of them. Anyway, we are going to now practice the zigzag. So that was my other issue, was the zigzag, because I was going way too far onto the quarter line. Sorry, not the quarter line. I should be going onto the quarter line, and I was going over to the boards, or nearly to the boards. So the reason the camera was moving around a little bit then is because Dianne actually got Pat to stand on one of the quarter lines, and then she stood on the other quarter line. So for me, it gave me like a target. So I was basically like trying to half pass to Pat, and then half pass to Dianne, and then half pass to the centre line. And to be fair, it worked so well because I actually had a bit of a target. But what I wasn't doing at this point was doing a steep enough half pass and then going straight. You'll see I'll make a little mistake in a second. So what Dianne was basically saying to do is, if you do a really steep half pass for like a couple of strides, you've then got loads of time to go straight, make the flying change, and then half pass back onto the other line that you're meant to be doing. So what you're going to see me do now is try and do a steeper half pass and then go straighter for longer. So go steeper, steeper, and then straighter, and then make the change, and then go steeper, steeper. Okay, I know the quarters are leading, but don't forget, it's just practice. So I sort the shoulders out, and again steeper, and he's finding these steeper half passes quite difficult. So you can see that I never straightened him up, so I couldn't do the change. So at that point I was like, look, let's just try again. And then Dianne was basically saying to me that the straightness of doing this zigzag is so important, and I actually get it right this time. So I do the half pass, then I go straight and make the change, then I go even steeper so I can get over to the side and ride that straight line onto the quarter line, and he does it, and then we ride it over again, and then we ride it straight, and he does it. Woohoo! I actually did the zigzag. Okay guys, so that was my lesson. Obviously I didn't run through the into one again after that because my poor pony was knackered, especially after doing all those pirouettes, but I hope you saw a little bit of an improvement from the start of the lesson to the end of the lesson. I also hope you see the difference in me and Leggy, and also I thought this was quite a nice vlog to do, because to pick out the little bits where we needed to improve on. I know we're doing it at the into one, but for you guys training at home, whether you're training at prelim level or elementary level or advanced, etc., all the way up the levels, whatever level you're training at, have a go at your tests. Find out what needed improving on, and then instead of just practicing your test over and over again, take bits from your test and practice those bits from your test, because that's going to help you then put it all together at the end. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because I've been rambling on for so long. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, thumbs up, you know the thing, and I'll see you for the next one.